Let's take a look at the timeline. The timeline, also known as itinerary, summarizes all of the things that are happening on the event day. So it's everything from getting ready in the morning through to taking down the flowers and the decor in the evening, and allows you to create a document that summarizes all of these things for you to have on the wedding day and also distribute across your vendors. So on the right-hand side, you can see I've already started adding some timeline items, which you do by clicking on Add Timeline Item. When we open an example, you can see that there is a title, which you can make bold, you can change the color, and you can also add a description like blue arch and ombre style. Here is the link to the design, for instance. You can also add a location and a start and end time. End time is completely optional, but it can be helpful if you want to specify that the vendor needs to finish the setup by 8 a.m., for instance. There's the ability to add a color, so we can make all florist-related items green, and then tag all of the parties that need to be aware of this thing happening. So in this case, I have added the planner, the venue, and the florist. The neat thing about this is that later on, you can create bespoke timelines for each individual vendor, and they will just see the timeline items that they have been tagged to because they don't necessarily need to see the full timeline, which can be overwhelming. So let's click Save. A couple of tricks. So here, if you wanted to update the time to 7:15, you can do that straight away in this module here. Timeline also automatically adjusts. So if the bride is now getting ready at 6 a.m., for example, you will see that that item has now moved to the top. So as you're changing timings around, the timeline will automatically adjust for you. In all, I'm able to see all of my timeline items, and when I download the PDF, it's going to tell me that this timeline includes all of my contacts, and it summarizes the start and end times. It's got the title in there, the parties that have been tagged, in addition to the description, and also the location. Now, at the bottom of the timeline, we also summarize all of the vendors that are included in the event. So that way they can get in touch directly with each other by email, by phone, or through Instagram. Now, just a quick overview on what we've got here on the left-hand side. So the collaborators is going to be everyone the planner has invited as a collaborator to TTO. And then vendors is going to be everyone that you have added in the vendors tab here. So let's pretend I would like to export a timeline specifically for the florist, which is Studio 7. You'll see that the timeline has automatically filtered for the items that they have been tagged to. And when I click on Download PDF, we'll specify that this timeline is for Studio 7, show the timeline items where they have been tagged, in addition to the contact information of all of the other vendors as before. So that's the timeline in its current state. Really excited to hear your feedback. And if there's anything that would make your life easier, as always, just let us know in the chat here, and we would love to hear your feedback. Thank you so much and take care.